Hey guys, welcome back to another video of the channel. Today I'm gonna be attacking my ranked league bases in Legends mode, so it's gonna be interesting, I hope. I'm also doing a voiceover because the volume of the game was just too loud, so instead of hearing my voice you were just hearing like mortars screaming and inferno towers burning everywhere. So I'm doing a voiceover, but it's gonna be fun because that way I can do a more in-depth analysis of the attacks. So yeah, it should be good. Let's go. So the first base is a typical base where you have the town hall in the middle, and you have kind of a empty space around it. So for in order to people fail and 1-star. So this is actually a difficult base because there's not crazy fireball value, and the pathing for the log launcher and the push, it's not too obvious. So let's try and do something about it. I'm starting with the Warden Charge in order to fireball the scatter shots, and start the pathing from the top side, and then deploying the Warden on the bottom side. And also, before you guys say, oh, obviously you can get these bases 3-sword because you just tried 100 times, and actually kind of true, but I'm consistently 3-starring the bases, so it's just like training, and I actually unconsciously I attacked the base always the same way. So it's consistency and just practice overall, So I just leave the Warden and distract the minion prince, and then log launcher, and I try and get some value from the log launcher and the giant arrow of the queen as well. Instead of just sending it somewhere, I try to go for the multi-archer tower and the monolith. And one thing I have to get better at is funneling, because almost every time the troops just rotate the base, and that's not ideal. So that's one thing I need to get better at. And spell management as well, because I just have the habit of just leaving the troops in the middle of the base taking damage and don't do anything. So that's one thing I have to get better at. And I'm doing this also for showing you that a way of 3-starring these bases, and practice for the ranked league attacks. I think it's useful. So one base restart. Let's get to the next one. In this next one, it's kind of a similar style, town hall in the middle, and empty spaces around it. I'm going to try and take the middle fireball value, so it's going to take a lot of time, so be careful with that in order to do not time fail or something. Be quick after the Warden, pay attention to time and stuff. And before you say, oh, you're just showing people how to 3-star the bases you used in ranked, and I will say that when someone sees this, Town Hall 23 or something will already be already be available in the game, so I don't think I have to worry about that. Anyways, I am trying to 3-star these bases in legend mode because I need to prepare for ranked battles, and I do pretend to push, as high as I can. I have a first goal of achieving, the Electro Dragon Leagues, so 31, League 31, in order to get those 2-star yours. That would be nice. And then, the sky's the limit, but, I'm not that skilled of a player, so besides that, I don't even have the better or right equipment for this strategy, because, for example, instead of the healers on the queen, the giant would be much better. And at the Royal Champion, the Electro Boots are not bad, but the combo of the Rocket Spear and the Frost Flake. It's not Frost Flake. The new equipment for the Royal Champion, the freeze one. That's like a wild combination for this attack. And when it gets to the part where it's only Town Hall 18s maxed, and even worse when those modifiers in League 32 and 33 eventually might come in, it's just, you need to, besides being skilled, you need to have the best equipment and do the best decisions and everything at, maxed. So, it's a long journey in general. So, it's not like having excuses that, I don't promote because I don't have that equipment. That piece of equipment makes you promote either way. No, it's not like that, but, it helps a lot. Without the, best of the best that you can, you're not like competing fairly. And if you're competing against the best of the best, it's there's like a very small gap where you can differentiate yourself from the others. And if you don't have the max equipments or the equipments at all that you should be using in order to, max your outcome in ranked leagues, it's just it becomes impossible beyond a certain point. So there's that. There's the thought behind my mind in the long way, but I think we will be able to do some progress before we just start promoting. And that's what this training is for, is to make that promotion period a little longer, for us to try and just promote every week. Okay, so in this attack I just got a gigantic value with the Warden, but time is ticking, as Itsu would say. So yeah, let's just throw everything in. And yeah, one thing I like about this strategy is that once you master it, or once you understand it, you just, if you are focused, and if you have been training lately, if you are used to attack, if you just do not play the game for like 3 days and then you just come back and do a ranked attack, it might be wrong. It might go wrong, if it's a difficult base. If it's an easy or an intermediate one, it could just be fine. But the big difference are on those details that you only see that you are getting better or not when you are facing very difficult bases. When you're facing easy bases, everything works. When you're facing more difficult ones, that's when the game really starts. And to close this session, here we have the base that Itsu used to try and promote to Legends, like last week or something. He didn't promote, but he was the first place global of the Town Hall 16s. So I think this base might be good or average at minimum. It's a very difficult base, with modifiers and the rage towers. It's just very crazy. And one thing I do notice is that the Warden charges with the modifiers are just too damn difficult. Just like two defenses sometimes, depending on the defenses, of course, can just take your Warden. So yeah, you have to be really careful. Yeah, overall, I think I'm getting better at these attacking thing. Sometimes I question myself if I even know how to attack, because on the next video you'll see like some attacks of mine and the CWL. There was a really good one. I'm really proud of that one. A full Town Hall 17. But the other ones were just weak bases, and I was just spamming, not even wanting to know. But there was one Town Hall 16 that I was just it wasn't a bad attack, but it was just a big mess. And to be fair, I was attacking on a subway, moving, standing. I was standing. So, but it was just a gigantic mess. So I will, that's one of the reasons that I decided to do this practice section to get things together and start just restarting like an animal. And well, that's it. And for today, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the yapping, and I hope you liked the attacks. And I hope I see you on the next one.